Hello everyone, Blitz here. Today I'm reviewing Izuku Midoriya My Hero Academia Funko Pop Plus 1829 Vigilante Deku / Dark Deku. That is what it's called in the manga. Please don't leave any song requests, AMVs in the comments for these types of videos. I'm going to have to say this every video again. Don't leave song requests, AMVs on these videos. If you do, I will remove them. Just talk about the pop and character instead. My reviews will go into spoiled territory, so watch at your own risk. If this is your first time watching, I'll go over everything with the pops, the character story, and I have a point system, how much they pop out, color scheme, character design, pop, mold, glows, and how much I like the character. A point system that's 1 to 25/30 if there's a glow version. And I'll tell you where to buy the Funko Pop. I'm going to say this every review. One thing, I'm not going to go over all the Midoriya story, only the Vigilante arc and a little bit of story that led up to the arc. I'm leaving his main story for the normal Deku Pops when I review them. And I'm skipping fun facts for Midoriya and saving them for the normal ones. If you're curious on what a Funko Plus means, it's basically a subscription to Funko themselves for the early release for certain Funkos, but you can get them from any seller on eBay or Amazon, so it doesn't matter. Alright, the story that led up to the Vigilante arc is going to be very long, so you can skip it if you want. I'll leave a time skip, a timestamp for you to skip it. But if you want to listen to it, that's fine. That's fine with you, I guess. So the story that led up to the Vigilante arc / Dark Hero arc started back in early season 6, the Paranormal Liberation War arc. All the pro heroes were tasked to take down the League of Villains. Pro hero Hawks was given a mission to infiltrate the League and tell the Safety Commission where their hideouts were. Gunga Village and Jaku Hospital. Two teams of heroes got their missions. Team Endeavor went to Jaku to arrest Shigaraki and All For One's right-hand man, the Doctor. The plan was stopped. Shigaraki was in stasis, then he awakened. Killed the hero in front of him, then activated his quirk, destroying the hospital and half of the city, and tons of heroes. The heroes ran for their lives from the decay of destruction wave. After the wave stopped, Shigaraki was left standing in the remains of the hospital. Endeavor jumped into the fight. To fight Shigaraki. Endeavor was on the comms, telling anyone to evacuate anyone from the city and any hero that doesn't touch the ground to join the fight. Shigaraki says to him, "There is one for all," the quirk that he wants. Endeavor repeated what he says, and everyone listened on the comms. And Vernon, Endeavor's employee sidekick, said, "What's a one for all?" Midoriya, listening from the side, is in complete terror and contemplating his standing around doing nothing, waiting for Shigaraki to come after him, or to run to a deserted area to lead Shigaraki away from the populated area. Sorry he ran to do that. Bakugo joins him and got Endeavor to come with a strategy and to trust him. I'm going to skip some of the story and go into the end of the war arc. Both sides, heroes and villains, lost something. The villains got away. Japan is left in ruins. Endeavor's personal family's life is up in the air. The secret of one for all is out. Midoriya blames himself for the destruction of Japan. Families suffering and without homes. Many deaths of heroes and civilians, and believes that he puts anyone in danger when they are around him. He talked to the past users of One for All, Nana, Shigaraki's grandmother, telling him if he has the strength to kill Shigaraki, and saying people like him can never change. Deep down, Midoriya, when they were fighting All For One in the Vegetables world, he saw Shigaraki. He saw Tenko, a little boy crying that looked like he wanted to be saved. Midoriya wants to try to save him, telling the past users not to worry and never know what made a villain a villain. After waking up, he wrote to his class telling them all about him. One for All and All For One abandoned them all to keep them safe, setting off the Japan's top heroes, All Might, Endeavor, Hawks, and Best Genius to look for All For One, Shigaraki, and the League. Japan is a war zone. Towns, villages, and cities all destroyed. Villains running wild. Midoriya dressed up in a mask, his costume, and Gran Torino's scarf, keeping his identity and secret from the others, so they don't link him to All Might and the others, that he was working with the heroes, using all the past users' quirks with no repercussion and problems at all, taking down criminals and bad guys with All Might as a supervisor and helping hand. If he gets any injuries using the 6 users, Using the 6th user N quirk smokescreen to hide himself in battle. I'm going to break the story here a little bit. Here for a little. When I saw Midoriya using smokescreen in the trailer for the arc, I thought the villain must have returned because he's very underrated, but I was wrong. Back to the story. He uses the 4th user Hickoridge Danger Sense to sense danger before it arrives. He uses the 7th user's Nana quirk Float to get around, and the 5th user's Daguro Blackrib quirk to help contain the villain. Midoriya runs into the villain muscular. He remembers the last encounter and gets excited because he wants to fight him again. He wants to show how much he got stronger. He has gotten. Midoriya quickly swept the floor with him, defeating him real fast, tying him up and bringing him to the police to arrest. Later, he helps a heteromorph woman from being attacked by angry civilians. He told them she was not a threat, and they ran off and said she said if things will ever go back to normal, and he says he'll make sure of it. All Might arrives to check if he's okay and gives him some food to keep him going. And later, he runs into the ex-hero Lady Nagant, Kahina, who serves under All For One. After getting an extra quirk from him, she and Midoriya fights, and she tells her tale on how Hero Society treated her wrongly, how Hero Society treated her wrongly, and how All For One is better to serve. And Midoriya doesn't believe that, and tries to regain hope and believe that she is still worthy. And believe that she is still worthy to be a hero. Using the 3rd quirk user, Bajin, building up speed and getting around faster, Nagant, annoyed and retaliate, and quickly tries to kill Overhaul, but Midoriya quickly runs. But Midoriya quickly rushed and saved Overhaul, and Lady Nagant falling to the ground and contemplating on her life choices. And Deku reaches his hand out and reminds her that she is still a hero deep down, inspired by his words, and knows he's a true hero. All For One sets a trap in case she betrays him. His An extra quirk that explodes, and she's fallen to the ground. She was rescued by Hawks. She is very injured, gasping at air. She tells where All For One and the League are hiding. Something awoke in Deku. No matter how hard he tries, people get hurt when he's near. He learns that All For One sent assassins after him to bring him to All For One. The heroes found where the villains were hiding. Without hesitation, Deku went to finish it, but the place was empty with a message left behind. The path he has taken is a thorny one. Every fight will wear out him until there's nothing left. All For One is no longer interested in All Might, but he put his sights on Midoriya. Then the hideout explodes. The heroes manage to get out safely. Midoriya encounters another assassin, defeats him fast, and tells All Might he's better off alone, ignoring his own problems, fighting without backlash to One For All, and abandons All Might to protect him. Now he's all alone, ignoring the vestiges of One For All, fighting in the shadows, saving and protecting people, tired, dehydrated, and hungry, and in a delusional state, with a heavy burden, ignoring the pain on an honorable path. Covered in rags, damaged clothes, and a terrifying mask, he looks like a villain. He needs to unlock One For All's full potential for the country to know peace again. Everyone to live a normal life and to smile at the ones like he used to. He runs into another assassin, possessing bystanders to fight him, tired and can't move that much, and wants to save the people being controlled. Almost passing out, his friends, come to the rescue. They stop the assassin. They were there to bring their classmate back to UA. He said he was fine and he is better off alone. Using smokescreen to get away, but they are not giving up easily. They surrounded him, reminding him the great times they had and how much he inspired them to never give up. He keeps telling them that they are better off without him, and if he goes back, All For One will attack anyway. He dodges and evades and not trying to hurt his classmates, and making sure they are safe by not getting hurt when using One For All power. His friend Bakugo told him that he was jealous and trying to push him away. Midoriya realized they were always ahead of him. He passes out and they bring him back to UA. But the civilians, the public, don't want him at UA. That he's the one that All for One was after. With the public hate rising, the teachers and students push back to get Midoriya to stay. Unaraka grabs a microphone, gets to the top of the school, and they and she tells them everything, that she stands up for Midoriya, that the heroes need help too, and all he ever wanted was to help them. He left to protect them all. Fighting alone, she tells them to look at him covered in dirt, blood. I wouldn't say blood, but you get the point. Sweat, mud, and tears. He put himself in harm's way to keep them all safe, carrying the burden of his power to keep them all safe. This power doesn't make him special. She's begging them all to let UA to be his hero academy. He is just a kid. Deku breaks down crying, grateful for her. Kota and the head room run towards Midoriya to stand up for him. Uraraka's words touch the public hurts to let him stay there, to rest up and get ready for the final battle. This is the story of how he becomes the greatest hero. This is the story of how they all become the greatest of heroes. And this is where the Vigilante arc slash Dark Hero arc ends. Vigilante Deku's personality. He is severely depressed and lost, can't think straight. Mind is on one thing, finding and stopping All for One, Shigaraki, and the League. No matter the cost, losing hope and trying to restore it at the same time, bringing order back and saving those who needs it. Dehydrated, hungry, and tired, he keeps fighting to bring peace and make sure things go back to normal. Has a heavy burden keeping his secrets safe from others from being harmed. Blaming himself for everything that has happened, suffering so others don't have to. So maybe one day he can smile once again with the ones he cares about. Desperately asking to be saved, but without talking. When a world so dark, bleak, and full of hate, he's a beacon of light in the dark that can stand up for what is right, inspiring those and to help those who pushes him away. And meddling where you don't belong is the essence of what it means to be a hero. Now, where have I seen this before? Oh, god damn it! Vigilante Deku's powers. His main power, One for All, is a power that is transferred from person to person based on DNA. The power gets stronger when it's passed on, and it's able to bring people together. That's the deeper meaning behind that. The power of friendship. I don't know what else you want me to say. He is able to use the power at full capacity without getting backlash. The weakness to One for All is if your body isn't suited for it, you will be hurt badly, even death. So you have to train your body to handle it. I'll go more over that when I get to the regular Deku Pops, whenever I review them soon. I'm not going to go over the history of One for All and the past users' history, not in this video, just their powers. And I'm going to mess up pronouncing their names. You can laugh at me when I'm bad at it. The many quirks that are associated with One for All are passed on when the user is able to unlock the full potential of One for All, but it decelerates the lifespan of anyone with a quirk. Gear Shift, the quirk of the second user, Kudo, alter the speed of anything they touch, allowing them to accelerate the force of a target, either by enhancing the impact force of their own strikes, or by causing the target to lose control of their own velocity. This quirk was shown in the final war arc used against Shigaraki. Faljin, the quirk of the third user, Bruce, builds up and stores kinetic energy by performing repetitive movement. This energy can then be released as an explosion burst of speed and power. Dangerous Sense, the quirk of the fourth user, Hickoridge, detects nearby threats, just like Spider Sense. Blacklip, the quirk of the fifth user, Daguro, I think, produces tendrils of dark energy which are useful for long-range grappling, increasing the user's mobility. Smokescreen, quirk of the sixth user, N, generates thick clouds of purple smoke from their body, which can obscure people's vision. Float, quirk of the seventh user, Nana, allows you to levitate. The eighth user, Toshinori, aka All Might, never had a quirk. There is a theory that his skinny form is his quirk, or his buff form is one. Either one of them, but those are just theories. He usually builds up force and speed to punch hard and fast. He has many different styles to do so. Midoriya does the same, but he has to do it at different percentages so he doesn't break his bones. And now he's able to use all quirks of One for All. There's something I have to say or everyone would get confused. Midoriya in this arc is not a vigilante, and this arc is not called the Vigilante Deku arc. It's called the Dark Hero arc, and he's called Dark Deku. But we call it the Vigilante arc and call him Vigilante Deku because it's cooler and better to say. And the name stuck to the arc. A vigilante is someone who takes the law into their own hands to bring justice when the police doesn't do it. In the My Hero universe, people who use their quirk to be a hero to dispense justice without a hero's license, just like the new spin-off anime, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Midoriya still has his own hero's license and works with the top heroes. But yeah, the point does not stand at all, but I have to say it anyway. My thoughts and opinions on the Vigilante arc. I really enjoy this arc a lot. It's all about hope in a dark world. He wants to help when others don't want it. He's desperately asking for help by pushing others away, keeping secrets in order to protect others by hurting them with lies. I think it's quite obvious that creator, the My Hero creator, is a fan of Spider-Man. Deku has black rib. It's just like Spider-Man's web shooters, and Danger Sense is just like Spider Sense. And to me, Deku kind of acts like Batman in this arc, a loner but cares deeply about those around him. My only problem with this arc that it's short. It's like 4 to 5 episodes for the arc, while the first half of the second part of season 6 dealt with Hawks and the Todoroki's past, which I don't mind. I really enjoy those episodes, but I don't need an episode recapping the war arc. I've seen the arc. The way I would add to this vigilante arc that there were multiple assassins sent to get Midoriya, but only one played a big part, and that was Lady Nagant. I'll say make it 3 assassins played a big part. We'll keep Lady Nagant as it is, an assassin who Midoriya saved. I don't know what powers they will have, but I'll just go over what I would like, but what would I have liked to see in the story. One assassin that grew up the same way Midoriya did, that's just like Shigaraki, but they were hurt and bullied and no one stand up for them. And to help them, Midoriya tries to save them, to help them realize that they can be a hero, but they didn't want to be saved and chose to serve under All for One. This other assassin made some bad choices in life and never got a second chance. They was tasked to bring Deku back to All for One, but Midoriya was able to inspire and bring them back to the light. But this one didn't survive. These assassin stories would have given Midoriya a bigger reason to go after All for One and made him realize no matter what he does, he can't save everyone, and he hurts those around him that he tries to help. Give, give, to give a reason to abandon those around him. My idea, my idea sounds a little far fetched, but it could give the arc more story if you agree with it or not. More things I will. One more thing. When this arc was being written in the manga back in 2020, there was one song I wanted to use when it got animated, and it was my own worst anime. I already made the edit a couple years ago, but it's on my channel in the Vigilante playlist if you're interested. I'm sorry for that long story. Like I said, I'm skipping fun facts and normal backstory for the normal Deku Pops. Here is my hero, goddammit, I can't speak, I'm so sorry. Here is My Hero Academia Funko Pop Plus 1829, Izuku Midoriya Vigilante or Dark Deku, whatever you like to call it. Let's get the lights shining down on here. The box is pretty much the same as the others, but with a silver lining around it. There's no sticker that comes with it. If you want your YouTube name on these cardboard backgrounds whenever I do these reviews, just ask in the comments. So if you basically want your YouTube name on here, just ask me in the comments down below. Choose what color you want it, and I have Sharpies that'll do it. So here's the box itself. Let's give it a nice spin right there. Like I said, there's like a silver lining around it that makes it more shinier. Also, let's quick look at the box right there. What's that? On all sides. And this is the pops on the back. I'll review one of these. I'll review these one day. I do not have the 3 on the bottom, but I do have that Tomo Shigaraki one. One of these days I might review it. Right there. Okay, let me get this down so I can read off my point list right here. how much does this pop stands out. You have the mask with the glowing eyes that does not glow at all, gazing among you with the creepy mouthpiece resemblance a smile that makes you feel uneasy, with black rib poking out around his body, with him stepping through a puddle. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It stands out a lot. The color scheme is really good with you got the dark green mask with the costume with the glowing light green eyes and the grayish mouthpiece with his green hair showing from the back, with the pale skin coming from his neck, with the dirty yellow scarf, with the dark red belt, arms and guards, and shoes with dirty white gloves. Him stepping through the clear puddles. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Sometimes dark colors are not that good. The character design is good. The mask to resemblance All Might. The mouthpiece with the eyes popping out. Costume with guards around him to withstand the backlash of One for All. Gloves and shoes. The design is cool, so I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It's just his normal costume, but dirty. The pop mold doesn't have that much to it, but with the mask, black whip, and the puddles, he stepped in. So a 3 out of 5. This pop doesn't have a glow, but if it ever does, get one. I want the mask and costume to have a dark green glow, and the eyes to have a light green glow, and the mouthpiece to glow silverish with black whip glowing too, and the puddles to glow light blue. Instead of me liking the character, I'm going to say how much I like this arc. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Just needed to be a few episodes longer. So the final score is 20 out of 25. So I'm going to get like a zoom in right here. Mask and the back piece is falling off. You don't see it back down. Zoom out. Got that okay. Let's get like a close up right here. You got the mask right there, the light green eyes, the mouthpiece, the scarf, and the puddles he's stepping through. Black rip all around. Let's get look at the back side of the green here. You got this. I don't know if it's a scarf or a cape. It's my brand. Black whip, and you got the maker down here at the bottom. Okay, hang on. This thing is falling off. I'm trying not to. You don't see it, but the backboard is falling down. Hang on. This is not part of the. Sorry, making sure that doesn't fall down. Okay. Have to get a closer look at the maker. All around. I usually collect anime pops, and I'll be showing off a lot of anime pops on this channel, but I will occasionally show off game pops when I get the chance. And we'll show off some MCU ones, and mostly the Arrowverse, the CW shows, because I was more connected to those soap opera BS shows. But mostly Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and Legends. Not Batwoman, because I never could get into that. But I probably won't show that much of the DCEU, because I do not like the DCEU. I'm just saying that I don't know any of the directors, but I'm not saying I hate any of the directors, but I just don't like the DCEU. And my reason is because the universe felt rushed. Just gotta touch it. Alright. Just one more thing. This pop is based off the Vigilante arc. It's taken from this moment where he's alone, and you hear others talking about if he's just a rumor, or he's a hero or a villain. I'll show the picture up where it's based on him walking alone. You can see the puddles he's walking through, a black rib all around, the mask and everything. The eyes do not glow, but heck, you can get the point anyway. If you're planning on buying this pop, I can't promise you if any GameStop or toy collectible shops have them. Amazon sells it for $15, and many sellers on eBay sells it around for $15 to $25. My final thoughts on this Funko Pop: I really like the pop and the design. I really wish it had a glow variant to make it cooler. I want to be sponsored by Funko or any company associated with them, so I'm going to try to upload these reviews more. I might slow down on my normal videos. I can try to do 2 reviews a week, but it depends on how much time to make these scripts. Tell me down in the comments on what you think of this pop, and you can suggest a Funko Pop for me to review next, if I have it. That's all I have for now. See you next time.